In 2010, the Kupferberg Holocaust Center and Queensborough Community College were one of 6 community college institutions nationwide to be awarded a Community College Challenge Grant to enable a faculty member or a group of faculty members here at the college to create a year-long series of events that would rely on the resources of the Holocaust Center to enrich the humanities education across the curriculum.
I was the 2015-2016 faculty coordinator of the NEH Colloquia series, Gender, Mass Violence, and Genocide. I was interested in looking at gender as a variable in experiences of mass violence and genocide, and also as a lens through which we could look at the prevention and the reconciliation of genocidal events.
I thought it was a great opportunity to move forward with Holocaust scholarship, which I was very interested in and dedicated to, and also to connect the Kupferberg Holocaust Resource Center and Archive to the classroom and what was happening on the college campus, the larger college campus. I thought it was great to be able to feature people who are here doing what they do in their scholarship or in their classrooms every day, and then also to collaborate with places like the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum to bring in scholars who they were featuring.
I was the faculty coordinator for the Kupferberg Holocaust Center Colloquium series for 2014-2015. The title of my program was Testimony Across the Disciplines, Cultural and Artistic Responses to Genocide.
4 billion numbers and still counting. So I asked this question. Can you fathom something that's never been, or imagine something so complex and so far-fetched even Martin couldn't dream it?
The program involved 400 students, 20 faculty members across 5 different colleges, and 10 different departments here at Queensborough Community College, all collaborated together for one common purpose.
Some of the things that struck me about what struck students was that they were newly informed about the secrecy that shrouded many of these events. Students started to realize through their participation in these events that there were pathways for justice, and that was empowering for them, I think.
The Holocaust is a stunning reminder of the tragic results of prejudice and hate towards other people. But it is also a reminder that hope held firm will eventually reign victorious over the greatest of odds.
Certain disciplines, such as music or dance, might not normally study a genocide or organized hate as part of their studies, but I think those actually fit quite nicely into our program because they were able to respond so clearly and powerfully to their study. The more uncommon disciplines that actually studied genocide in this program actually produced the most compelling outcomes. The students were able to work side by side with the professionals, the survivors, the scholars who came in, and so they were able to use those resources and those people as mentors as well during their process.
What I noticed was that students were emotionally connected to the material. They felt invested to a degree that perhaps we can't capture with numbers.
For some reason, there's a strong connection, I think, that students make to the study of the Holocaust. And I think just realizing that we're losing the survivors and that the time that we have to work with them and be influenced by them is diminishing. They gave a certain sense of urgency to the work.
I think it was clear to everybody who saw the exhibit that this was very personal, and the students were able to experience Holocaust studies in a very intimate way, and I think that really helped in terms of not only building their learning, but creating experiences for them that they'll remember forever.
For a lot of our students, the experience of going to one of these events is a new one, and to experience yourself as an audience member at an event that is pitched really high, I think is empowering, academically empowering for students. For me, knowing that students are on the edge of their seat, connected to the material, ready to do something, but not quite sure about what to do, that's something that will affect my teaching, and I hope that becomes a takeaway from my series and informs additional faculty practice in the future.
I think the kinds of programs and the kinds of curriculum that you have access to at a private college or a college that maybe has a different source of funding or where students pay more in tuition, those kinds of offerings are offerings that we're trying to offer our students, and I think coming to events or having event offerings, workshops, lectures, all these kinds of activities on campus helps to really improve the experience for the student who's coming to the community college.
I think that we have a mission As a college, we are responsible for preparing our students to meet the challenges in a global world.
And to do this using our campus's cultural resources, I think, was the cherry on top. We have the Kupferberg Holocaust Center is really built for a program like this. And the fact that the students could interact with the Holocaust survivors in person, not in the abstract, not in a book, but face to face, I think really elevated this program.
To honor this day, we would like to ask the Holocaust survivors in our audience to please stand and be recognized.